Hello guys, today I want to show you my toolboxes. Before I start, a little tip for DIYs and home garages. Something that I've been using for a long time are actually file cabinets. They come pretty handy. You're always going to have some stuff that you're going to use it every single day, but you cannot get rid of it. And these file cabinets were life-saving for me. So I had them for a long time. I had two here, and I got one there in the corner. And also these cabinets also, I had them for quite some time. We have industrial place here in town that you can actually buy different stuff. So I got this cabinet, I got this cooling fan, I got these lights and all kinds of stuff from that place. But anyway, something that you know, if you have a lot of stuff, you don't want to buy expensive box to keep them, you know, these file cabinets are really useful. Okay, so my first toolboxes were actually these two benches that I had from Cobalt. I had them for a long time. They're okay. I had problems with these drawers. They would not, for some reason, these two drawers here would, on both of them are kind of the same. They would drop down a little bit, so the bottom drawer would not open right. So I actually bent the edge of it a little bit and put some magnets on each side of these long drawers, so I keep my hammers and pry bars in here. Now I can actually close pretty easily. It was always catching right here in this corner, and it was kind of annoying. So, but you know, for the most part, I had them for almost over 10 years for sure. The next one is this little box here. I was actually watching Ivan doing some repairs, and I noticed that he's got this box. And the reason I have this one, this is straight for brake jobs. Now my problem is most of my tools are actually in this box here, and you know, if I go around, I cannot move this box anymore. So most of my tools are in here, and I cannot get another service cart because it would be just too much in my garage. I don't have enough space. So I have this little box here that I'm just going to use it for to get around the wheels. And for the most part, what I would do, I would start on the passenger side anyway, and if I need some extra tools, I would get it out of this box, put it in this one, and then I would go to the driver's side and finish the driver's side. So that's something that I just does like yard sales. I get it for like $5. You can see it was banged up here, so I kind of straightened up, and it works fine. I mean, it's nothing really fancy, but some stuff that I use just for the brake jobs. So then I needed a service cart, and this was my first service cart that I had. This is of course a Cobalt. They don't make these anymore, and they're actually pretty good. I was using them for a long time, and then later on I needed something for my diagnostic tools, and so I keep my Varus in here, and I keep my computer. Actually, this is a computer monitor that I mounted to this lid here, and I actually moved the shocks a little bit back because it was angled way too much toward me, so I kind of drilled actually there was a hole here, so I drilled one on the top above that, so I can actually move this lid back a little bit. And but so this is a service cart that came with only with two drawers, but I needed some more, and this whole area down at you know, is just open. It's a lot of wasted space. So I needed some more drawers, so I ended up using a these are actually like a Harbor Freight tool cart. It's like $150. I had it for, I don't even know, maybe even 20 years now. So what I did actually, I ended up using a top two drawers from that cart, and I put it in here. I did notch it the bottom little bit. There was I had to cut that edge so I can fit these two toolboxes in the bottom, and actually ended up being pretty good. It doesn't go all the way to the end of the cart, but I got my computer here, so this actually works pretty well. and so I can have some extra drawers, and I have some my test leads and stuff like that. So that is my my diagnostic cart, and works fine. So anyway, so I needed a you know, solid cart that I can get my tools in it. So this was my first cart. I was debating between Craftsman, Cobalt, or Harbor Freight, and I ended up buying. This is a 41-inch cart. I had it for almost 2 years now. It held up pretty well. The only problem I have, this one has actually lifetime warranty, and so it has a lock here, and actually it's pretty smooth, locks itself. The only problem, this drawer sometimes will bind on this side, and now it's nice and smooth, but you know, I had to kind of lubricate quite often to keep it going, but you know, it closes just fine. But again, you know, I cannot, this is junk, move this cart anymore, just stays in where it is. So this cart has a total of 19 drawers, and I had it, as I said, for quite some time now. Actually, it's been a little bit, now it's summer of 2018, and this was purchased back in April of 2016, so I almost had it over 2 years now. And I pay $773 for this cart, and I had to buy the liners because it didn't come with the liners, so I paid extra $30 for that. And so the bottom cart was $445, and this is already faded, but the top was like $244, so it totaled to $773. And you know, for me that was, you know, that was a big purchase, and it, as I said, it worked just fine. But fairly quickly I ran out of storage. I needed more room because I have a lot of tools. I mean, I've been buying tools for a long time. So so I looked for another tool box, and Craftsman had this one here at the bottom, and this one is a 52-inch box, and it was for sale. And you can see, got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, got 10 drawers in this bottom box, and I paid 200, and actually this one had a 10% off, so I paid $246 for the bottom box, okay, which was a pretty decent deal. And so that was okay for a while, and then one day I was at Lowe's, and just kind of looking around. It was winter, and just happened to see this top box here, and this was Cobalt, and it was some kind of special order, and it was on a flat cart. The price was around $550, and they lowered it down to around $400. And when I looked the box, it was actually damaged right in this corner here. You can see that's a damage here, but when you look on this side, it's damaged quite a bit. You can actually see how the bent this is. I'll move this away. And there was also damaged behind this box. And so anyway, it was kind of funny that I looked the box, and the manager came in and asked me if I'm interested in it. I said yes, I am. And he was, but I said I'm not near close to your asking price for it. So he was like, he was buffing the floor, and he was like, sure, why don't you think about it, and I'll back in a minute. So he came back, and I just want to tell you something, guys. If you go to any store, Lowe's or I don't know, Home Depot or Sears, if you see this box is damaged, and they will lower the price because of the damage that's on the box. Don't be afraid to negotiate the price, because they want to sell it, and just because they put some kind of price on it doesn't mean they will not go lower than that. So anyway, I ended up actually paying $120 for this box here, okay. And the funny thing was, I was with my Sebring. It was a winter time, and I was with my Sebring. I didn't, you know, anticipate to buy anything, and the guys at Lowe's asked me if I need any help to load it up. I said no, I'd be fine. So I didn't realize how big it was, and because this one actually goes all the way, you can see these top chest, they don't go all the way to the end, and this one actually does. It's a pretty big one, and it's heavy, it really is. And so anyway, I was trying to load it up in my Sebring, and my plan was to put it in the back seat. Of course, it was way too big, so I was pushing over to my passenger seat. I was by myself, so I had one edge on my seat and the other edge was still on the cart, and somehow the cart slipped back and landed up on my toe. And luckily I actually had boots on it. I had a blue toe for a while. So, but anyway, so this was the cart that I paid $120 for. Well, I had to stop the video. I got visitors. These two dogs just came in out of nowhere. They're pretty tired, and this one has a tag on it but doesn't have a number. Owner's number, so I'm not sure. They were pretty thirsty and not really hungry. I gave them the food. They didn't touch the food at all, but I guess they'll hang around for a while until I find whose dogs these are. So I don't know. Okay, anyway, so after I kept this toolbox on top of this cart here, and you probably guys have seen me having this box in this corner here and on some of my videos, and I had actually my smoke. It was in this corner there. I don't remember anymore. But anyway, I had my smoke machine in that corner because this blue cart was shorter. It was 41 inches. It was like 10 inches shorter than a bottom cart. And so I was looking for matching box for the red cart, the Craftsman, and they had one actually for $260, the top cart, and I didn't want to spend that much money for it. And just a week ago or so I was at Lowe's and I found this Cobalt box, the 52-inch, and the price was $250. They're kind of on the cheap side. And when I looked this box, I noticed the damage here at the corner. You can see here there's a dent here, and then all the way on this side is a little dent as well, and then on this side is dented a little bit, and you can see it's a little bit, this side is kind of curved in, but the top will close just fine, and all of the drawers, this is kind of self-closing one, and they work just fine. So anyway, I called the manager. I asked him if they would go a little bit more, if I can negotiate the price due to damage to the cart, and I ended up actually getting this top cart for $120 as well. So same as this other one. Then when I got home, I of course had to move this top cart from this one here. Then I put this cart on top of this one. Now, as you know, you can see the Craftsman one is red, and I ended up actually putting a little bit of black tape, electrical tape, around the edges of this cart to kind of match a little bit better. So I paid $260 for the bottom cart and $120 for the top. So there's like $380 for the whole cart. It's not matching, but it's fine. Yesterday I was at Lowe's again and looking around, and just spotted this box, which kind of matches with my blue one. And this one was some kind of a limited edition box. It's a stainless steel, and the price on that was $369, and it was on sale for $177. Now I really couldn't negotiate the price for this box because nothing was wrong with it. So but the taxes was around 180 something, 185 or something like that. I'm not really crazy about this one. It has this side thing which doesn't even have a handle to open it, and you got a pegboard, but I really couldn't. I haven't decided yet what I'm going to do, what I'm going to put in there. And so this, what you can see, is some kind of special like edition, and there's a 4,382 and out of 10,000. So anyway, and yeah, this is also self-closing drawers and everything, so it actually works pretty fine, pretty good. But when I looked the price, and I know I needed the bottom tool chest, tool cart for my top, and this ended up being a perfect fit. I know it's not the matching one, but it doesn't really matter to me. It's fine. So paying 180 something, 185 for the bottom, and 120 for the top. That's like a little bit over 300 bucks for this whole cart as well. So I'm pretty happy. And so this is where I show you guys how I got all these, so we can see the setup right now, all these carts, and they're pretty much loaded up with tools. And I might do a tour some other time, but this time I just want to show you all the carts that I have. And this one here is from my brother-in-law. He gave it to me almost like 2 years ago. Actually, I asked him to give it to me because he didn't use it, he didn't need it. He's not that handy, so. And so anyway, that's all I've got, and I hope you guys enjoy this video. I just want to show you, how I got all these things in my garage. I didn't pay arms and legs for it. As I said, this was my biggest. The first car was my biggest purchase, but other two are actually an awesome deal. And okay, guys. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.